More than anything else, the members of the so-called G7 alliance have done in the last 1 year, the unveiling of the latest pre-election pact uniting Eugene Wamalwa and Deputy Prime Minister Uhuru Kenyatta has hinted on a radical change of plans and a possible definite parting of ways among Uhuru's perceived former allies.
We shall, within the time limits given by the law, be able to put together a cohesive, strong, and undoubtedly a winning combination.
Uhuru's choice of Eugene also sends very powerful signals to Musalia Mudavadi that he is not the chosen one. But why the sudden change of tact?
Probably the latest connection between Uhuru and Wamalwa is informed by the fact that Wamalwa himself is relatively more manipulable than Uhuru, than Musalia. And sometimes you get the impression that he's even not sure of what he wants. So he's a better person to deal with than Musalia. Musalia, when he quit ODM, he was certain that he now knows what he wants. He's not a 2002 candidate anymore. He's a candidate who wants to be the chief executive of the country. And therefore, that ambition of Musalia is at par with the ambition of Uhuru.
Musalia Mudavadi is going directly. It's like he's competing directly with Uhuru Kenyatta to win the support of Mount Kenya to an extent that he's saying, tell Uhuru to support me because I was his running mate in 2002. And that appears to have antagonized Uhuru and otieno to the extent that Musalia Mudavadi is trying to directly secure the votes in Mount Kenya, even as he talks of trying to have a pact with him. He's campaigning directly in his stronghold. And I think Uhuru Kenyatta has responded by saying that I'll take Eugene Wamalwa and I'll tackle you in Western Kenya.
While some see Eugene as having abandoned his ambition for the presidency by joining a stronger presidential aspirant, others believe he has made a wise gamble that could just pay off.
But the most challenging thing also revolves around Uhuru. Uhuru himself has fanatical support in Central Kenya. But does he have the capacity to tell Central Kenya to vote for another candidate apart from himself if he's not standing? I think the fanatical support that Uhuru is receiving, I don't think I can even compare it. It does not beat the one that Matiba had, the one that Matiba had in the early 90s. But Matiba did not even have the capacity to influence them to vote another way. So what is again likely to happen is that if Uhuru is not standing for elections because of the ICC and the integrity bill, he does not have the capacity to tell Central Province to vote the way he wants.
I think Uhuru is reading from that script that as I go for the presidency, I have to ensure that this lawyer block vote does not end up in one basket, even as I reach out to other constituencies. And his calculation seems to be that Musalia Mudavadi is going to be in the race, and in the absence of Musalia Mudavadi from ODM is unlikely to name a lawyer as a running mate of Raila Odinga, and therefore Mudavadi will get a chunk, Raila will get a chunk, and I get a chunk as I reach out to the others.
More critically now for both Central Kenya and for Western Kenya is whether the new pact between Eugene and Uhuru will weaken Musalia Mudavadi's chances at the presidency.
Musalia Mudavadi, as we speak now, his own area, the Maragoli, has only 2 MPs, him and Yusuf Chanzu. So if you compare that with the Bukusu community where Wamalwa comes from, I think he starts off as an underdog. So that is the calculation of Eugene Wamalwa. In my opinion, he calculates that he is going to use that mathematics to get to State House.
The only way Musalia Mudavadi would have an iota of a chance of getting a first round win is if all of the G7 alliance leaders, amorphous as it is, gave him backing. And that would mean that, amongst others, Uhuru Kenyatta gives him that backing. But ever since he left ODM, we have seen a rejuvenated Uhuru Kenyatta, who has gone out of his way not only to popularize his party, the National Alliance, but to make it very clear that he is in this race to the end.
Interestingly, Uhuru's latest maneuver to grab Eugene has also killed the quest for Western political unity fronted by presidential aspirants Moses Wetangula, Eugene Wamalwa, Cyrus Jirongo, and Bifoli Wakoli.
Wetangula also wants to be presidential candidate. Musalia also is determined to be presidential candidate. So that Luya unity, for it to work, it means Eugene should play second fiddle either to Wetangula or to Musalia, which he is not ready to do. So when it happened like that, Eugene moved on. And Eugene moved on. And as he moves on like that, he meets Uhuru, who says, I can embrace you.
For now, both Eugene and Uhuru know there are circumstances that could make either of them be the presidential candidate in their alliance. Now, Otieno KTN for Spotlight 2012.